There is no place more apt to have the forum than here in Penang, where it all started some 50 years ago. As you know, after losing its free port status, Penang pivoted and look at what it is today, the Silicon Island or Silicon Valley of Malaysia. In May, the government took a bold step by unveiling the National Semiconductor Strategy and assessed a comprehensive three-phase plan backed by US $5 billion in fiscal support and targeted incentives. This strategy aims to position Malaysia as a global powerhouse in the industry over the next decade. This ambitious plan is a testament to the country's commitment to advancing up the value chain.
So HSBC's reason for being is simple. We want to serve the financial needs of our customers, individuals, families, businesses, and we are deeply rooted in the facilitation of trade and investment and wealth management. So over the years, we have had the privilege to be able to see the growth and the evolution of the E&E sector in Malaysia. And I think we've played a small part where we can for some of you in terms of supporting and facilitating investment and trade and also individual wealth management.
Today, we're home to some of the biggest names in the industry. 3 out of the top 10 global leaders in semiconductors are in Penang. Of course, you know the names, Intel, Broadcom, Micron. And Penang constitutes 6% of global market share of the semiconductor industry. And that's huge for a small island like us. Just as the oil drove industrialization and economic growth in the 20th century, semiconductors have now overtaken oil in strategic importance. So they have been shaping global trade, supply chains, and even geopolitics. So countries that control semiconductor technologies hold a significant strategic advantage.
We talk about going up the value chain. We've been talking about going up the value chain for a long time. What is holding us back?
We are moving up the value chain, I think, and we are going to focus on advanced packaging, as I mentioned. I think wafer fabrication requires high capex, high grant support by the governments. In fact, India, for example, we were in India recently. The government gives capital grant up to 75% to one of those companies in this room. Right, so it's not easy to compete with that kind of fiscal strength. We don't have that fiscal space, so we have to use our other natural competitive advantage.
To do advanced packaging, it is a very expensive game. You're talking about at least 60 million US or more to get it done, to get it started. So for a company to invest that kind of money, 60, 80 million US, is not an easy feat. And then you go and present it to the board. The board says, show me your customer. No customer. And then I go to the customer, then they say, show me your technology. No technology. So neither, I cannot move. So we are figuring out, at least from MSIA, we have a proposal to get advanced packaging started by lowering the barrier and lowering the risk for companies who want to get in there.
Advanced country, 50% study STEM. Malaysia, based on the number given to me, is only 20%. And come to IC design, we need advanced degree. All the wealth creations of the industry is advanced degree, master, PhD. So just now, as Sesh also mentioned about, okay, get the foreigner in. You look at US have 180,000 PhD in STEM, and 50% are Asian, Indian, and Chinese. Okay, so we need a program how to get them over.
We need to know that whatever strategies that we have in attracting FDI or promoting local investors has to be done that we can manage our resources in a very sustainable manner. So the last 3 years, we have scanned the environment and we have identified 3 areas of growth for Penang: the IC design, the advanced packaging, and also the equipment manufacturing. And this year, when the NSS was announced, we're very happy to see that we are very aligned.
For this E&E, it is not a question of having the cheapest contractor in town to do the job. What's more important is the ability to execute in a timely manner. And typically, this type of construction is very, very short period of time. We are used to building in the yesteryears office buildings or residential 3 years construction period. These days, a lot of this electronics, you're talking about 12 months, 15 months, 18 months of construction period. And therefore, the importance of having technology in the construction is very important.
If you look at globally today, E&E industry contributes 4% of the emissions. It's not much, but the amount of the multiples that we are seeing in terms of growth, 3x personal devices coming in the next 3-4 years, imagine the amount of energy that it is going to consume. So when we work with a number of these customers, the first thing we obviously look at is, do you have a plan? Do you have a transition plan? And how robust is the plan? Is this coming from the board? I mean, is this a board level commitment? Are they serious about it?
I believe what we need to do also is we need to create icons out of our leaders, and I can see quite a few of them in the crowd. And we need to get the parents and government to be involved to promote these icons throughout the country, so that at the end of the day, we want the parents or even students to say, I want to be like that.
A few things that we have instituted. First one is in terms of our intervention in the digital workforce. So in doing so, we have what we call a talent expert network consisting of all the industry practitioners and professionals who came to us and gave and advised us on the type of courses that are required by the industry. So we have gone through a quite challenging validation in terms of proving what are the courses that are worth to be listed in our directory.
So on that note, thank you very much to our panelists for your insights.
Let's champion sustainability and, importantly, as Datuk Lilian said, talent development. Now, as we advance, let us commit to practices that ensure our industry's growth is not just rapid, but responsible. Investing in talent, embracing sustainable practices, and prioritizing energy efficiency will distinguish Malaysia as a leader.